Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
67. There it is. 67. Got it right.
Nope, that didn't work. That button's broken. All right. Well, sound good.
Well, bam.
On the money, started the timer on time.
Oh, snap.
Matinee Edition, 67.
67.
There it is.
67.
Yeah. Got it right.
Nope, that didn't work. That button's broken. All right.
Great.
The soundboard's hit or miss today.
Was that a duck?
It kind of sounded like it could be now.
What was it?
It says it looks like a spring.
Oh,
Maybe it's supposed to go boing.
but
It's like a
yeah. Broke ass
well,
soundboard.
this episode didn't work. Maybe next one we'll choose a better button.
Analog gear.
Anyway, episode 67. We're here. You're here. Thank you for being here, hot dogs.
We got some hot goss to start the show. Quickly before the hot goss.
Before the goss.
Brief actual Lucas's gaming minute at the start.
There we go. Hit it.
I have been playing. I finished I finished Fallen Order. I was gonna say Force Unleashed.
Oh.
I finished Fallen Order last week, and don't really have much notable gaming news other than there was a new Pokemon game announced that I'm intrigued by because it's running on the same engine as Breath of the Wild.
Huh.
And it's the first truly open world RPG Pokemon game. And I'm fascinated by it. You should check out the trailer.
Yeah, dude. I must have. What is that? Wait. Hold on. Is that the thing with Post Malone?
Post Malone's not in it. They just did like
okay.
a virtual concert. Which actually, this is I can talk much more about this. The fucking it's called Pokemon Legends Arceus, the open world thing.
That's the new game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arceus is like a legendary Pokemon from like my childhood. And they announced it. It's due in like a year or so.
Cool.
And they didn't really show much. The Post Malone thing,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know fucking why, but there's this trend of like pop artists doing virtual concerts in games. Like
God, yeah, dude. There's somebody.
Travis Scott did it in Fortnite.
Yeah, I remember that. I
the
logged
fucking
in one day.
World
and I was
exploded.
it was happening, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on in here?" I was like, "I thought I was playing a game," and then like everybody was just. It was weird, and then I logged out like a little bit shortly after that.
The people that are into Travis Scott said that was pretty sweet.
I'm not saying maybe like the other people might not be into it, but it seems like a weird trend to me.
Yeah. I guess so. It was the 25th anniversary of Pokemon like a couple weeks ago, or not a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And this is being recorded on March 1st. They made the announcements for the new games, and then they had a Post Malone concert where he was like Pokemon characterified, and then it was pretty much an animated character dubbed into his lyrics from his songs, doing like a fake performance.
Oh, okay.
Because Corona.
Because Corona is raging. Well, that sounds lame as fuck. If you ask me, I wouldn't.
Why the fuck would you do Post Malone? Get like Tenacious D out there. Play to the audience.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Where's the D?
Tenacious D performed at BlizzCon for World of Warcraft.
Dude.
Those
legends.
guys know their audience.
Those guys are legends, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I've just not like this is a Post Malone podcast, but I've never like really gotten into Post Malone.
No vibe.
And so his whole like image and persona that he puts out, it seems fun, but
made white
like,
people with face tats cool again.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not like I just never really got interested. And like I saw some sort of Pokemon related thing, and I was like, well, hope he doesn't ruin Pokemon.
Like I don't listen to his music. I don't want to be like throw a jab at him either though. Like I've only ever heard that he's a fucking nice guy.
Same.
And like that, but that's the extent I know about the dude. I'm not gonna watch his Pokemon concert though.
I saw him do a Nirvana cover that was a little on the nose, but it was actually pretty well done.
Yeah.
So there you go. Post.
I think people
I
call
know
him Posty.
we both know he's listening right now, right? So
Post Malone, #1 fan of Old Heart Radio.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a whole track on his new album coming about us. He'll guest star. So out of Lucas's gaming minute,
some hot goss this week.
Yeah,
it was actually debunked, but we were just kind of joking about it, so we might as well throw it in, right?
Yeah.
Amber Heard, which I have heard this flip flop so many times. I've heard that Amber Heard
sucks.
was being replaced as Mira, and I've heard this rumor before multiple times, but for some reason this last week there is this like
picked up
steam because Amelia Clark's name was attached to it,
which I'd seen her name attached to it before. Like in the previous rumors.
Yeah. Okay. And so maybe there's just like, I don't know why it got leaked. Anyway, it got debunked, but I was just thinking about it because it just reminded me of one of those rumors that just goes like, it's just too obvious that it's
not true.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think when it comes to, I'm not like Amber Heard, I don't want her to be in fucking anything, I don't like her.
She hasn't ever really like stood out as an actress to me.
Yeah, she's just pretty mediocre at best.
Yeah.
But I also, what a bad replacement choice. Amelia, we were talking about this before. I don't like Amelia Clark, to which you said she has a very limited range.
She does.
And I say that range is Daenerys Targaryen, and that's fucking it.
I think she has a little more range than that, but I don't think. How do I say it? But I don't think it stretches very, very far.
Yeah.
But I could see her playing like another like specific role. I don't know. Like I think if you give her a character to play, she can do that
and grow into.
But I mean, like I don't know. It's always hard. The whole Game of Thrones, like everything about it, including the cast, is still sort of like I saw one of the cast members pop up as Bruce Wayne in Titans, and I was like. Yeah. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this right away. I was like, he was in Game of Thrones, remember? That still burns a bit. So
all that I want to see with Mira in the DC worlds of DC, DCEU, whatever the fuck,
whatever it is,
Snyderverse.
I think it's the Snyderverse of the.
Who knows? I just want them to do Flashpoint so I can see Gal Gadot as a Wonder Woman, cut Mira's head off and wear her headdress as an insult to Aquaman.
That would be pretty. I mean, if they were bold enough to do that actual full storyline,
they're not.
No, I guarantee you. That storyline was hard push to begin with.
Yeah.
But it does change everything, and I imagine they're going to do some extreme things. Like I just heard, speaking of just random rumors about DC, that I heard that Gal Gadot and Henry Cavill are actually in talks for like some sort of appearance in the Flash film, which would fall in line with like tons of other things that are building up about that movie.
Yeah. About it being their hard reset.
Yeah, exactly. But I also heard, speaking of hard reset, I heard that there's the rumor that J.J. Abrams' Superman project is actually potentially moving forward, and that his Superman project is directly about, I can't remember the name of him off the top of my head. There's an African American version of Superman from an alternate Earth, and
I'm down with that.
A while ago, what's his name?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, he was attached to the project.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that'll go through, because that would be an interesting project to follow too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if we're just gonna embrace multiverse shit all over. So
yeah, I mean we've said it many times. DC, if they're going to go with everything's like a bit disconnected but sort of connected angle that they've been going for, just commit to the multiverse, complete to doing everything essentially Elseworlds. And when there's a sequel, overtly specify what it's connected to.
Exactly.
I would be down. I'd be down.
I just don't know what. Yeah, it's like there's just, for some reason they haven't pulled the trigger on that successfully, like at least successfully. But that's exactly it. That's the exact strategy they need to go with. because they're developing things on all sorts of platforms at this point too. You know, they're
Yeah.
like much like
with
Disney's
what
using,
seems like no rhyme or reason.
yeah, but much like the MCU's using Disney Plus as a platform, HBO
Yeah.
is becoming the DC platform for streaming. And there's like, you know, low key, there are some stuff going on there. You know, like
Yeah.
the Doom Patrol show, with Brendan Fraser is actually really pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm yet to watch it, but I've only ever heard good things.
And I'll say, you know, there's some weak moments, but Titans is surprisingly good.
Yeah.
There's killer choreography. There's some like dull dialogue moments and bullshit, but even the costumes are kind of like, you're kind of like, whoa, they're trying to pull that off. Like,
Yeah.
you know, but they've been developing a Green Lantern show that's like been just like, I don't know where. I have heard barely anything about it.
You mentioned the pre-show. It's supposed to start filming very soon.
Yeah.
But we don't even know any casting stuff, so we will report later.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw it out there because I think it's interesting. It's like already starting to film next month.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm excited because Green Lantern's always been one of my favorite characters. So it'd be really awesome to successfully see some sort of live action version of that
Absolutely.
character. You know,
Absolutely.
not Ryan Reynolds. Anyway, he's busy with Deadpool, right? So
We'll have, you know what's another streaming service you don't have to pick up now? Paramount Plus, formerly CBS All Access. Why? Because it has all the shows from Nickelodeon on it.
Oh man, yeah.
Avatar Studios is now a thing, which is so exciting. It's like the Paramount Plus thing sucks. Don't get me wrong, but the idea of more Avatar content is very exciting to me.
Oh, absolutely. You mentioned it that they, you know, like that they were the whole Avatar Studios thing, and
yeah,
I've heard like that basic idea. Do you know if there's
so
any potential things already being developed or anything?
They immediately started development on a theatrical animated movie.
Oh,
so and sort of the dialogue about it is leaning in the direction that it's going to be older Aang, Sokka, Katara, and Toph rather than something completely new. They want to start with a project that they know will be relatively successful.
For sure.
And like, who the fuck's not going to be down for that?
I was just going to say, that sounds like a perfect way to start because it's hard pressed to try to replicate the series on screen successfully right away. And like doing something with the characters that, you know, people love, but maybe just like in a different light would
I think like getting like an older rendition of those characters is pretty dope. You know,
dude.
And it opens up a bunch of different like stylistic routes they could go with their series as well. Mm-hmm. Like pseudo anthology, like they said, it would be from films and television.
Okay.
So you could imagine having a movie that is like 20 years later for the gang, and then you have maybe like they would do like a rated R Kyoshi fucking series or something. Dude, there's a Kyoshi book. I didn't read it, but it came out like a few months ago. And if that shit was a series, it would be a hard R. I was fucking blown away the shit they described in that book. Just from some quotes I saw. Like they do at one point Kyoshi bloodbends someone and then freezes them from the inside out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
Yeah, that's intense, man.
That's some metal shit.
Damn. Yeah, dude. Well, I'm excited about that idea, but just because, as we've talked about in so much depth, because we love the series so much. There's so much you can play with in that world.
Absolutely.
You know, it's about time to just really start taking a serious look at it and putting some good writers, good and people on the project. So.
This news came out a while back, but I don't think we ever mentioned it. Netflix quietly removed the Avatar live action series from their release slate.
Oh yeah.
A couple months after the directors left or the original writers left, they quietly removed it from their slate.
Yeah, they're just like, all right, and that's gone.
That's gone. Like I don't think there's ever a public comment about it. You know, hallelujah.
Yeah, dude. Well,
I want to like this. The idea of a studio dedicated to make stuff in that universe I think is dope, especially if they go with like a different stylistic direction. Like
Mhm.
Avatar and Legend of Korra looked virtually the same, like aesthetically.
Yeah.
But then you had like the episode with like the original Avatar and Korra where the style changed for like 2 episodes
Yeah.
and it became this like cool like painted look
Hmm.
and even the music changed. Like bring in some of the animators from Samurai Jack.
Dude.
Like do make shit look different. Make it tonally varied, but just
Yeah.
with the one sort of like what DC should do. Like have one tethering point, this one greater universe, but tell independent stories in it.
Yeah, I agree, man. But watch as Avatar Studios does it before DC.
If 100%. I'm intrigued. I'm
Yeah,
intrigued.
dude.
I'm excited.
I am too. That's dope, man. But yeah, I mean, I just I wonder how quickly we'll see it for like the first project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you ever finish Legend of Korra?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, we've talked about it, but
Yeah.
like for me, it starts off. It takes a little like it takes basically the first season for me to really get it like interested in the show, and then like by the time they jump into season 2 and like further down, you're just sort of like, okay, there's some like it turns into like a really awesome show that expands the world quite a bit.
I think seasons 1 and 2 of Korra are sort of but then 3 and 4 are fucking awesome.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like it's got the slow burn quality to like the entirety of the series.
You know what I want from
maybe not slow.
Like Avatar Studios. I've seen this sentiment echoed online in a handful of places. I want a Red Lotus show with Zahir and his squad. Mostly because in the original script, they left it out of the show, but somebody leaked the original script and it was like explicitly mentioned that Zahir killed Sokka.
Oh shit.
And like an old Sokka died at his hand. Like I want to fucking get like a crazy like let him go ape shit with the fucking Red Lotus.
It'd be cool, man. I mean,
get Zack Snyder to direct it.
There you go. It'd be like, hopefully a better version of what Sony does with the Spider-Man villains.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is. Had to take a sip of that.
Dead air.
Mighty chai.
Ooh, chai?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Drinking some chai. It's good. I felt like I needed just like, less coffee. I had chugged like I had just like slammed 2 cups way early on and just hit
You put down an impressive amount of coffee while we're like recording, especially like sometimes in later recordings, we're recording at like 6 p.m. or something and you're drinking toddy. I'm like, hot damn.
Usually gotta slug through it, man.
There you go. Gotta make it through the day.
Speaking of making it through the day, everybody feels like, I feel like every Friday, I feel like I'm just making it through just to see some sweet MCU.
Ooh, we got a couple things to talk about before WandaVision though.
What's that?
Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh yeah, yeah, I feel yeah. So we just were talking. We were mentioning not only the No Way Home title drop,
yeah,
but supposedly some interesting connections already leaked through first images.
But they put out these images publicly.
Oh, they did. I thought they were like slipped out or something. Anyway.
No, they were just like the first image reveals. Okay. And it's like Ned, MJ, and Spoderman appearing to hang out in the Sanctum Sanctorum, but it's covered in snow on the interior. So what I think was up is that the hole that Hulk blew in the top of the Sanctum is still there. Never got repaired.
Fair enough. That's probably honestly that's probably it. But because like I can't. Well, I'm trying to think of the timeline off the top of my head. But either way, did you catch the title reveal video as well?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. They crossed out all like the theory names.
Yeah, dude.
Including Homeworlds.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. And there's
it's really self-aware.
And there's like some really interesting like hexagonal type shapes on the board and whatnot too.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah. Which I'm just so interested like to see in total what they're doing with all that. But yeah I'm interested to see where the Spider-Man movie sits with everything. Like I wonder how like what it's gonna bring connective wise to the the most recent phase of the MCU.
Yeah. Considering how I think Kevin Feige laid out that like there's going to be a theoretical trilogy in WandaVision, Spider-Man, now we know it is called No Way Home, and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. The I feel like I need to go wah after that. Is your dog barking in the background?
There's a dog barking in the background.
There you go. Quality audio for the listeners.
They're essentially they are a trilogy then.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think Feige said that, or somebody at Marvel said that those three projects are intrinsically tied together.
Interesting.
So,
well, damn, dude.
Who knows?
I think it's gonna be. I feel like there's gonna be some sort of adventure through the multiverse and Spider-Man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Maybe to fix the Peter Parker's I don't know how the fuck they're gonna fix his identity coming out.
Well, exactly. It's got to be somehow tied to that, right? Because that was the huge drop at the end of the last Spider-Man.
That was fucking nuts. I'm still not over that.
I was surprised that they did that, dude. I was like, whoa.
The balls.
Yeah. Well,
he's literally the only hero in the MCU with a secret identity.
Yeah, he guards it so strongly up until Civil War, I think. But
yeah,
you know what I mean. But
yeah.
Either way, I'm excited about that movie. That'll be cool.
Less notable or exciting news: Blade's PG-13.
Yeah, this is just the news about this is mostly in the fact that Marvel is basically saying that there's not going to be another rated R property besides the Deadpool property. And that is an extremely bad waste of their characters, especially Blade.
I think this is tentative, though. I think they once again need to be proven by Deadpool the merit of rated R films. Because it's new ground for the MCU. Deadpool is separate.
Yeah.
But now they think it might be, they don't want to oversaturate their market at this point with the radar film.
I get that, but they're worried about their family, the family friendly image. And
yeah, it's Disney.
And, yeah, it is. And that's the danger of having Marvel owned by Disney. But either way, it's just interesting because, I think you're right. I think if Deadpool goes off without a major image bump, for the company as a whole,
which it won't. People fucking love it.
It won't because of Ryan Reynolds. That's for some reason that you could throw that dude in the raunchiest project and they'll be like,
he's a charisma machine. He's like The Rock,
Yeah, it's true. There's just some people that just they just
people are down.
Lose the charisma. They're down with the sickness and not the Rona.
We all know Ryan Reynolds was down with the Green Lantern, but that was pre-charismatic Ryan Reynolds.
That's why I'm glad to hear that he's not attached to Green Lantern in any form anymore.
God, unless he dies in the Snyder Cut.
No, I heard that he kind of kiboshed the Snyder Cut rumor. So
fuck.
Yeah,
disappointing.
Yeah, but on to better franchises. WandaVision for the rest of the show. We have, episode 8 of WandaVision was so fucking nuts.
We finally heard the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, and we see some depth to her power.
Yeah,
and
this was sort of a retrospective of her life.
Yeah,
it was the first episode to not at all be framed in the context of a sitcom.
True.
Either.
Yeah.
So
it was just interesting because the way the episode flows, Agatha basically is just leading her through her memories.
Yeah.
And the first one that you explore, I think, is the one where her and Petro's family gets killed. Her mother and father.
Yeah, what fucking brutal scene.
It was intense. They're just sitting down watching Dick Van Dyke or whatever.
Have you ever? Notable thriller director. Why am I blanking on his name? Rear Window, The Birds.
Oh man. Oh, Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah. It was on the tip of my tongue. Alfred Hitchcock once said that the most suspenseful scene, if you want to make a scene suspenseful, you don't tell the viewer that there's a bomb under the table and then explode it right away. Mm-hmm. You put the bomb under the table on a timer. And then you have everyone sitting around unaware of it eating a meal, having good family time. That was that fucking scene. I was
Pretty
like,
much.
I know it's coming. I was like, I
Exactly.
know it's coming. And it was just like this like weirdly wholesome scene where it was like a family, very obviously in like a shitty situation in Sokovia,
For sure. You hear some gunfire going on outside.
but they're having a good time together.
Yeah. Yeah. Wanda's picked out the evening entertainment and they're about to
Yeah.
sit down and then boom.
And it was like a flash.
It did. It hit
Flash
hard.
cut.
It hit hard. And then you find
I'm
out.
pretty sure Kate audibly gasped when we were watching it.
Fair enough. But then you find out that, what Wanda and Pietro basically stay trapped in some rubble for a number of days. What was
Yeah,
it,
I think they
two
I
weeks?
think they mentioned that in Age of Ultron. It was like 2-3 days or something.
Days. Okay. Yeah. And it was like, there's like a Stark missile right in front of them.
Yeah.
That
Which
was
that's
like the
their
reason why they didn't
validation for hating Tony Stark in Age of Ultron.
Yeah. But what Agatha points out is that the reason why they survived was because Wanda, inherently just used some what was it? Was there
The
probability?
probability,
Magic?
which that's like her power in the comics, right? It's probability
Yeah, she
manipulation.
Would, like, change the probability of situations. And she does that to make the missile, basically be a dud.
Yeah.
Which was hella interesting. I was like, whoa, that's a cool connection.
Yeah.
But
When they
was
bring up
what was the next one?
So it was her interacting with a soul stone.
Oh, that's
Or
right.
no, the
That
Mind
one-
Stone.
The Mind Stone. That one was.
And I guess they
intense.
say, yeah, you see the Scarlet Witch proper
Mhm.
with the headdress and everything. Somebody dimmed the brightness on that image,
Mhm.
and you can actually see it perfectly as her.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah. So and it's the concept suit from Age of Ultron that I've ragged on about on this podcast that looks dope.
Hell yeah.
So they sort of mentioned like, yes, she was experimented on with Mind Stone.
Mhm.
She would have gone through her life not noticing her powers unless she interacted with the Infinity Stone because it cranked him up to 11.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And that's kind of reminiscent of like the thing in the comics where basically like her and her brother had their genetics tweaked by this character named the High Evolutionary, who was able to like manipulate genetic codes and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so that kind of scene, I just thought was really interesting that was like, or it was like just like the Mind Stone connected with her on some level, some like crazy level that just like, and then just boom, like snapped something on in her. That
fucking crazy.
yeah, which was kind of, I mean, again, it was sort of interesting because you knew that happened in Age of Ultron, but seeing it in this, you were just like, whoa. And the whole setting of it all, like, like she hears people on the PA system be like, everybody else has died. Should we over there? They're like, shut up, turn that off.
Hey, Jackass, you left it on. No, I think I think that's fucking dope. And then we see her go visit the body of Vision, which was a surprisingly gruesome scene.
It really was, man. And that's because we look at Vision as a human character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to see like her reaction to seeing his body completely pulled apart. And I thought this was inappropriate. Like they were still like sawing at it and stuff while she was looking at it. I was like, shouldn't they just like ask them to stop for a little bit?
You dicks.
Take a break.
Stop for a moment.
Like they're like just like continuing to tear him apart.
I did like the nice touch of we got to see Bryan Cranston get in Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It is funny because of the grievous injury the man sustained. Which I sort of, that scene put in perfect framing the evolution of Vision, because like in that he was not a person yet. He was still an AI learning humanisms, and we see him in WandaVision as like a full person.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, it was interesting because you piece together Wanda's story as well as Vision's in that same way. Even though Wanda's the focus, you do, Vision kind of like comes together in that. That's interesting. Comes together and then gets pulled apart. So
yeah, it gets pulled apart. So we found out Wanda didn't take Vision's body.
Yeah, that was the interesting thing.
I was blown away.
Yeah, I was like, so they still had his body this entire time. So what have they been doing with it and shit then?
And they were trying to power it back up.
Because she just basically, creates some sort of like fake construct.
She wills him into existence.
I was like, what the
So like,
hell?
I think you're more familiar with it than me, but Agatha at the end says like, you're using chaos magic and you're willing things into existence.
Yeah. And that's
are they implying that the kids are real?
Well, that is the thing that's got to be the big mystery, right? Like the kids, are they real? Is Vision, like, is his consciousness real to some degree? You know,
is he actually a being?
Yeah. So I mean, and that can be very well solved by the introduction of the the character that happened in the cutscene, like in the credits, the White Vision.
Yeah, which is fucking nuts.
Yeah, and so in comics, that character.
Yeah. Okay, go for it.
He gets introduced as this, basically this, new shell for Vision, who's like programmed recently been deleted, and he's basically an emotionless, computer bot.
Yeah.
So I wonder if those two things are going to end up merging.
He's just a raw AI.
Yeah.
Here's my theory. The Vision that Wanda's been existing in is now a being. Like Wanda actually made Vision into a physical object, like the kids.
I'm really wondering that too.
I think White Vision is a smart way of bringing back Ultron.
That could be, man.
I genuinely think because Vision's body is the Mind Stone, Jarvis, and Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
You rip out everything else, Ultron's the only thing left.
Yeah, but where's Jarvis?
I don't fucking know. You're looking over that. Shut up. I asked myself that same thing. I was like, does that make sense? But James Spader is cast, and he's yet to show up.
That's true. And Ultron basically decimated Jarvis to an extent, so he probably could do it again.
Probably do it again. And it's just like, I was thinking that would be a very smart way of bringing that villain back.
It would, but it's just interesting to see how far they're going to explore the chaos, the magical element too.
Yeah.
Like that's the interesting thing. I don't know if the villain's going to be technological with sword or if it's going to be, further magical issues because, like chaos magic is like basically Wanda's the only person that can manipulate chaos magic on the planet.
Yeah.
It figures, and it looked like Agatha had that Darkhold that we were talking about. Not the one necessarily from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but
just the Darkhold.
Just it looked like she had the Darkhold, which is basically this like spell book that holds all the spells for this elder god named Chthon that basically gives people access to chaos magic. So, if Wanda gets her hands on that, she could potentially fuck up the multiverse,
Yeah. Which I wouldn't be surprised if that's how this ends. So now at this point, Paul Bettany said there's a notable actor from the MCU.
Yeah.
To me, that's either Benedict Cumberbatch or James Spader. That's all that makes sense at this point.
But he would have met James Spader already.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that end scene in Age of
Ultron. I'm not saying that James Spader wouldn't have potential.
But maybe Cumberbatch and Spader.
He's still. Spader's still cast formally.
Yeah, and I just,
you know what I mean?
I want more. I liked his Ultron, and Ultron's such a cool character in the comics that sticks around no matter what. They never are able to fucking kill him.
Well, I agree, man. Like it'd be a gigantic waste to just say one and done with that character because the fact that he comes back with better, different, more complex fucking schemes is one of the reasons he's a likable character.
Well, then Iron Man accidentally shoots him into space and he like enslaves the Chitauri.
It's just fucking
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah. But what if we're both wrong and the person is actually just Tom Holland?
Yeah.
He just shows up at the end. Hi guys.
Hey guys, somebody leaked my identity. Can you help me out, Wanda?
Thwip.
The whip. Talk about all the love for Spider-Man, but what an inconsequential character to bring into
that would be
this show.
That's what I mean. Like
he's outclassed by literally everyone.
He's like, I'll just be over here hanging out with Wu.
Yeah, doing card tricks. Ooh, quick Tom Holland thing before we inevitably have to wrap up the show.
Oh yeah.
Tom Holland filmed a Uncharted movie based on the video game franchise.
Sure.
Today, he made a bunch of comments saying that he thinks that he made bad acting decisions on set.
I saw this.
He doubted his own performance in the film. And I was like, holy shit, they're already fucking over Uncharted before it's even released.
That's what
Will
I
the
thought.
video game curse lift?
Dude, I was just like, you're throwing that straight under the bus, man. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way that's gonna like fuck up their PR so hard.
That's on the level of the shade David Harbour threw at Hellboy. That I'm pretty sure he read his tweet on like Matinee Edition episode 3 or something.
Bro, man, like, we'll see what happens. But you're probably right, man. I think the video game curse is gonna live on there.
I think some games have some video game movies have managed to make it. I've heard Detective Pikachu's alright for kids, and I heard that Sonic is not bad either.
I was actually just gonna say I watched Sonic last night. Actually,
How is it?
It is strangely enjoyable. Like,
Really?
There's definitely some dull moments.
Ben Schwartz
you
did
know?
I heard did an excellent job as Sonic.